These 12 terrifying animal encounters will surely remind you that even police officers stand no chance against nature. Number 12. Here, a group of police officers can be seen surrounding a house they suspect may be getting robbed or trespassed.
Use your hands! There's someone inside.
The officers surround the entire perimeter and begin preparing as they were planning to breach the house and apprehend whoever is inside.
They're trying to open her door.
Police! Let me see your hands!
After seeing the mess the house is in, they proceed to go inside, and what they find will surely leave you shocked.
Go! Go, come on.
Deer are extremely nervous due to being on constant threat of being predated, so the officers remain cautious. Thankfully, it was just a deer, and not something or someone more dangerous. Number 11. In this clip, a family watches a police officer play with a decently sized alligator, trying to secure it and take it away from a residential area.
No, none of us do. It's weird. You do this often?
We can hear another officer recording the encounter, asking the officer fighting with the animal if he has done this before. Sure enough, he responds with yes, and it shows as you can clearly see how well he deals with the bloodthirsty predator. Despite being fast, alligators are known to tire quickly, and that's why the officer takes advantage of this and gasses the animal out. Now able to handle the wild animal with ease after tiring it out, the officer then proceeds to do something extremely risky. Fortunately, the situation gets taken care of and no one gets hurt. Number 10. This next heart-racing encounter shows an SUV getting wrecked by a bear that was trapped inside. According to the police department, the interior was destroyed, which left the officers on scene no choice but to destroy the windows. Bears are large, aggressive animals, so breaking a window is very risky as it could agitate the bear, causing it to attack. The officer seen in the video then positions himself safely, and what happens next is something you should see for yourself. After it was freed, the animal thankfully ran away, leaving no one harmed. Number 9. Here, a police officer readies himself as he and other people in a building try to catch a snake that slithered its way inside. The police officer seems to be very agitated, but despite this, he pushes through it all to ensure that the snake is taken care of.
You're like, I'm staying away.
She was really brave to have this door open.
Another woman then tries to lure the snake in the officer's direction, which leads to this terrifying series of events.
Hang on! Holy! Somebody at the door! But where is it? Where is it? Behind the trash can!
The snake manages to hide behind a trash bin, which sends everyone in the room panicking. They then proceed to move the trash bin in order to reveal the snake, which proves to be a dumb but effective idea. They eventually lead the animal outside, allowing everyone to breathe a sigh of relief. Number 8. This terrifying battle between the wild and police officers begins with a man recording a big mountain lion resting on his porch. The man seems to be amused by the situation, but knows the danger it poses to others and decides to call the police. When encountering a wild animal, it is best to scare them away so that they understand their boundaries. This is for their own safety. Moments later, we switch to the perspective of the neighbor and see the officers arriving, sent to take care of the situation. The animal then flees, which then creates a new problem as it decides to go in the wrong direction.
No, he's going into the backyard. He's in my yard now. He's back by the canopy, going behind the shop.
A few minutes later, though, the cameraman says that it escaped safely, which is fortunate. Number 7. A group of officers respond to a dangerous situation where a large and aggressive alligator can be seen lost inside a private property.
Do me a favor, hold this.
After assessing the situation, the officer then asks for a catch pole, which he uses, resulting in this intense scene. Alligators are extremely fast and strong, but the officer knows that it's only a matter of time before it spends all its energy. After multiple failed attempts, he finally manages to latch the pole on the animal's neck, and now all that's left to do is this. The officer successfully subdues the alligator, taping the mouth closed to ensure safe relocation. Number 6. A convoy of cop cars chases a large and aggressive bison along an empty road, trying to herd it back to its owner's property.
Police in Texas were given a shock last week when they heard reports of a bison running wild.
The cop cars freak the large animal out, which is unfortunate, as scaring a wild animal never ends well. The herbivore continues to run away as the cops chase it, blowing their horns, hoping to lead it back to the owner. Bison like these are very powerful and strong, and could easily topple over any car if it wanted to.
Made their way to the scene to find the bison running along the road. They captured the moments on camera.
Luckily for them, the frightened animal doesn't want to fight and continues trying to escape from the police. According to the source, the bison was returned safely a few moments later. Number 5. In this video, a large and aggressive alligator wanders off into the road, alerting police officers and causing a huge battle between wildlife and man.
It's an 8-foot alligator with an attitude, taking a slight detour onto Loop 410 on the city's south side.
The police officers tried different things to get control of the wild animal, but fail miserably as they only manage to anger it more.
It's gator appreciation for not letting him mind his own business. In fact, the more and more they poked at him, the more and more he showed his aggression.
This doesn't seem to bother the officers that much, though, as they continue to poke at the animal, trying to make it tired. After a couple of minutes fighting, they try to take control of it again, and the result is something you should watch for yourself.
Police officers managed to get the gator off of 410, but not without a fight. After careful maneuvering, they managed to tie its snout and drag it into a ditch.
They managed to return it to where it belongs without harming it. Number 4. This next clip begins with a police officer training his dog on a small field covered with grass.
Yeah, okay.
At first, everything goes well, but then his dog suddenly stops and looks at something, which he then decides to investigate.
Okay, good.
After failing to command his dog and walking towards it, he sees something extremely frightening, making him do this. Snakes rarely chase humans, so there should be nothing to worry about, especially after he reacted so quickly. Thankfully, no one was seriously hurt, and they all got a good laugh. Number 3. Here, a cougar can be spotted walking around lost in a small community in Victoria, BC, making the residents feel worried. The officers chased the predator around and even deployed dogs to track it, when out of nowhere this happens. The animal bolts through the officers chasing it, until they finally get it cornered to a spot where they can tranquilize it safely. Sedating wild animals using a tranquilizer gun is very dangerous, as the initial pain of being hit could agitate them even further. The officers then position themselves in the perfect spot to sedate the animal, and a few seconds later, this happens. They managed to sedate it successfully and relocate the animal to the wild. Number 2. 2 police officers can be seen pinning and securing an alligator in order to relocate it away from humans, keeping it and others safe. One of them is trying to tie the body when the other officer holding the head lets go, resulting in this happening. Fortunately, the alligator's mouth has already been sealed shut, or else it could have gotten worse. Number 1. This last encounter shows a police officer dealing with a very large, aggressive alligator that has wandered itself near a busy road. The officer tries multiple times to lasso the animal's head, but fails when the gator decides that it's not going down without a fight.
Jesus, you need the one for the trees, right? Okay, so it's going to be 305-270-1791.
After several failed attempts, he fixes his sling one last time, and what happens next is shocking.
Negative, none are in service yet.
The officer manages to tie the animal to his vehicle until more help arrives. Thank you for watching until the end. Check out this other video you might also like. I'll see you there.